Every day, we strive to do more and be the best versions of ourselves. It's not an easy task, but success is available for each of us. Welcome to the Swag University podcast, where each week we explore insightful messages, strategies, and tips to help you level up in life. Your host, Dr. Phildra Swagger, creative strategist and mindset coach, will empower you with the tools you need to create the life and business you desire, while providing inspirational insights to the woman who wants to see her destiny manifested daily. So now, let's level up with Dr. Swag.
Hey, everybody, it's your girl, Dr. Swag. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I most certainly am. It's a great day to be in the studio to have this conversation with you. As always, I want to bring you some good, juicy insight. But I want to ask, have you heard the Boss Chicks Inner Circle, my group coaching program, has kicked off. So in the Boss Chicks, what we do is we work with women entrepreneurs, women leaders, and CEOs who want to manifest all the greatness in their life, to do the things that make their heart sing, to level up their business acumen, to improve their communication, to expand their network. So Boss Chick Inner Circle is open. Visit us at combinedexpertise.com/bosschicks for more information. Just wanted to put that out there for you. So let's get to it today. We're going to talk about assertiveness and being assertive in the workplace and in your life, and how all of that comes together. You see, as you seek success in your business, in your personal relationships, and even in other ventures, it helps to take stock of your level of self-assertiveness. Assertiveness is really the ability to honestly express yourself without undue doubt or anxiety. Now, you've probably heard of communication styles, but I want to take a minute and just kind of explain them to you a bit, because putting yourself on a continuum of how effective you are with your communication will increase your business, not only your business savvy, but your close. And that's what you want to be able to accomplish as a business person. The close is where the revenue is, where the income is. So communication styles. You've heard passive, passive-aggressive, aggressive, and assertiveness. And so assertive is where we really want to land. When we explore these styles, the passive communicator is the one who really violates their own rights. So as a passive communicator, you can be quite submissive. A submissive person doesn't talk much and rambles on without saying directly what he or she actually wants. The communication is vague. And an example of that would be, I don't mind working this weekend. That's fine. Yes, all right. When in actuality, you know that it's not. The opposite of that would be an aggressive communicator. They can be sarcastic and harsh and always want to be right. You find that they tend to have a superiority attitude, and they can be downright disrespectful to others. In actuality, the person that is an aggressive communicator violates their own rights, and they violate others' rights as well. And an example would be, this is what we're doing. If you don't like it, tough cookies, right? An aggressive communicator. And then you have the passive aggressive communicator, and you know that they're indirect. It makes the point with all kind of innuendo, snide comments or jokes. They show up late. Oh, they forgot the relevant details. An example of how they might communicate is, so we're expected to give up our free time this weekend to finish a project? Yeah, right. Not me. That is passive aggressive. You feel the aggressiveness, but the passiveness is that they neither spoke up for themselves either. Assertive is the honest communicator. Assertiveness is a learned skill. Assertiveness allows you to respect everyone's rights. An assertive person speaks with actions and expressions that fit the situation as well as what is needed. You can be firm, yet polite with clear messages. An example of an assertive communicator is that I'm willing to help, but for a few hours, but I need to leave at noon. So you've addressed the other person's concern and you've spoken up for yourself. Again, assertive communication would be that I'm willing to help and I can help for a few hours, but, and here's where you protect yourself, I need to leave by noon. So don't allow someone to label you as bossy or rude because you are an assertive person that can advocate for yourself. If others think they can walk all over you, they tend to view you in a negative light. We're all born assertive, but being self-assertive is a skill that you have to cultivate. And so I just want to share 3 or 4 tips with you around cultivating your self-assertiveness and learning how to do that. And the first step is really to identify your boundaries. The very first step to mastering self-assertiveness is figuring out where to draw the line, what's acceptable and what's not. What you may have to do to accomplish this is to take time to write down and draw the line on some of the various situations that you're challenged with. So right now, if you're dealing with a situation at work where you have a demanding boss and maybe you aren't able or you don't feel able, empowered to speak up for yourself, write that situation out and declare what is acceptable and what is unacceptable, and practice how you will present that information in a tone that allows you to embrace your power and reclaim your authority. The second step that I want to offer you is to forgive wisely. And although you have the ability to forgive, and it's really important for your well-being, it is possible to go too far. Always giving people an excuse to step over you, right? So if you continually forgive someone for bad behavior, they're more likely to offend you again. They're more likely to have that same mistake where their sorry becomes nothing. It means nothing. So one way you can empower yourself is to cut ties with toxic people. Now, that may seem like a tough thing to do, but being assertive and self-assertive is really about you. It's about you owning your authority. It's about you taking your power back. It's about you stating what is healthy and productive for yourself. So as you think about that and decide that this split may be painful, it's only initially. Joy always comes in the morning. Trust and believe that. You're likely to blossom even more after you release yourself from the influence of a negative, toxic relationship. And when I say relationship, this can be a personal relationship. This can be a money relationship. This can be a relationship with food. This can be a relationship with procrastination. The things that have strongholds on you, you need to speak over. Speak over and move beyond them. So in forgiving wisely, consider forgiving yourself. And that's the value of grace, right? God gives us grace. Sometimes we have to give grace to ourselves. And so when it's time to separate from who you used to be or who they think that you are, step into your power, step into forgiveness, step into grace and accept that. And know that the pain of doing so is only temporary. Now, third, I want to offer the tip of thinking strategically. Because as you build your self-esteem, you'll need a strategy to deal with individuals and situations that overstep the boundaries that you did in step 1. You outlined in step 1, right? So know that because you know that you're a new person, everyone may not recognize that initially. So you're going to have to think strategically about how You honor yourself and honor the new boundaries that you've put in place for yourself. So assertiveness requires a clear and calm discourse. And that's rather not to be a verbal shouting match. It does not take you out of your character. It does not steal your joy. Generally, the calmer you are when you engage with someone who brings negativity to you, the more effective the conversation will be. When they go low, you go high. You stay in your frame to remember this is a decision that I've made to be assertive about the things that matter to me. And I will communicate on a high level in terms of securing a promotion, a contract, a relationship, whatever it is that moves you forward. Even the most extremely intelligent people can be totally ignorant when it comes to behavior and how their behavior affects others. And is it mean to give the individuals an excuse? And so you've heard, that's just the way that he is. That's just the way that she is. That's an excuse. When we allow people to remain in and conduct themselves in bad behavior, you're empowering them and disempowering yourself. And so being assertive, again, is changing the balance in that power structure, taking the balance back from them. And you may not ever be able to change who they are or how they approach, but you can change whether or not it's necessary for you to tolerate it. So the person overstepping their boundaries may be unaware, but you have a new awareness. And understand that you can step away from that. A good piece to remember on that tip as well, and let's just call it tip number 4, is to use honesty. Honesty is essential in every healthy relationship, whether it's a personal relationship or a business relationship. And you can use it as a tool to reinforce boundaries. In the example of the assertive communication, I said, I am willing to help you for a few hours, but I need to leave at noon. So you were honest about what they can expect from you and what you're willing to give. Being honest sets a tone for clear boundaries and let others know that you're not a pushover, that you'll likely find becoming assertive will change your life. Because when you stand up and not to be the pushover or the underdog or any of the labels that you used to wear, allows you to reclaim and protect the things that matter to you. There's a story that goes with this, I think perfectly illustrates what we want to accomplish. And it's the story of 3 guard dogs. A friend of mine shared it with me that I want to share with you. And the story of the 3 guard dogs goes similar to this. So one day there was a guy, he's walking down the street and he's always going past this house that has a fence, but it's not that big of a fence, but there's always a dog in the yard, right? So the first time he goes by, there's a big pit bull standing near the gate and ruff, all of the above, barking and letting his presence be known. Just guarding the whole fence, pacing back and forth. And the the gentleman walking down the street is like, whoa, what is this, right? And he moves to the other side of the road, kills any interaction that he would have with the dog owners, the house. Nothing happens there, no opportunity. The next day, he comes back and he walks down the street and he notices there's a cute little Maltese in the yard. Fluffy, puppy, running around, and he actually approaches and in whatever ability he has to speak to the dog, the Maltese, in his little Maltese voice says, well, the owner got rid of the pit bull because he was too loud, and he often turned friends and guests away. There was no opportunity for anybody to come to the door. And so the owner replaced the pit bull with me. That was day 2. So the next day, our friend Mike walks down the street again. And he notices in the yard, now the Maltese is gone. And there's a golden retriever in the yard. And he says, well, what is going on? First there was a pit bull, and then there was a Maltese, and now we have this golden retriever. What are you doing? How did you get here? And he says, well, the owner decided that the pit bull was too aggressive, and the Maltese was too passive. The house got robbed last night, and all the Maltese did was roll over and let him rub his belly while they ransacked the house, and everything was gone. So today, I'm the new man in charge. I'm the golden retriever, and I decide that I don't have to bark at everyone, and everyone doesn't have to get close to me, but I can bark when it's necessary to warn my owner of harm. Or if you are a friendly approacher, I can welcome you to the yard. I have the power to use my bark to produce the outcome that my owner wants to have. So what is that? The golden retriever was the selective, assertive dog who understood where and when to place his power. So as you listen today, what I want you to take away is to ask yourself, what is your communication style? Are you the pit bull, the Maltese, or the golden retriever? With that, understand that you have the power to guard your yard. You can allow friends in. You can honor your owner's wishes. You can rule the yard, but it's how you do that. And with that, always know that you have the power to use your voice to claim your authority, your power, and your domain. So with that, guys, as you know, it's always a pleasure to be here. Check us out at combinedexpertise.com, Boss Chicks, to sign up for our group coaching program and know that you can be the CEO of your own life. As always, it's your girl, Dr. Swag. Remember, stay blessed to be a blessing.
Glad you joined our conversation. For more Swag University episodes, subscribe on iTunes and help us level up by leaving a 5-star review. For more information and free resources, visit our website at swaguniversity.com with 2 G's. That's SWAGG University.com. Also, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep the conversation going. Until next time, we hope this episode has inspired you to manifest your destiny and level up today.